Please subscribe to help you and your motorcycle perform better.
You're missing your 16 by the way.
I don't have one.
Oh.
I have never yet found anything requiring a 16, ever.
My name is Dave Moss. I tune approximately 3,500 bikes per year. This is Two Clicks Out.
Now steal the microphone master.
Nice to meet you.
It's my bike.
Okay, how many miles have you got on it?
On the bike itself, 24,000. Zero on the track. So,
have you ever serviced the forks or the shock?
The seals were just done, so new fork oil is in there, but the springs are the original springs.
Did the dealership change the weight of the oil?
I did. It's a 10 weight, but it's a Silcoline Pro RSF, so it's a little higher viscosity, like viscosity of a 15 weight it says, so I was trying to stiffen up
Excellent.
the
15 weight's what you need on these.
Okay, right, yeah, so it's essentially a 15 weight according to the viscosity chart. It was like in with the other 15s.
Did you mark bottom out while the forks were out and things were changed?
No, I didn't do the seals. They,
got it.
Dealership did the seals.
Okay. And then what group are you in today?
B-, first track day.
First track day?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
What
year is it? 2007.
What tire pressure are you starting with this morning?
I was going for 32 front and like 31 in the rear.
Okay.
Just because, I mean, I thought the recommended was 30 in the rear, but I didn't think I'd be generating that much heat because it doesn't have that much power. I don't know. Is that the wrong thinking? Yeah.
What happens to the bike in the corners?
Generates heat.
Compresses the suspension. What does that do to the tire? Compresses the tire, gets you heat.
Okay.
So because there are lots of corners here that have high speed, generates a lot of heat.
Yeah.
So take a seat. $120, okay. Rebound's way too slow. 520, off you get, I'm clear. So you got 30 mil in the back plus static. So you're about even front to rear with your body weight. You don't have a ton of static, which is fine, because the last thing you want is the bike to sit down and be too soft. So as far as this goes, it's reasonable.
Okay.
When you ride the bike on the road, is it just a commuter or all kinds of everything?
Everything, yeah.
Okay, all right. So that doesn't want to come back.
Right.
So as you get on the gas, and a parallel twin has a lot of torque, it just keeps the bike like that.
Yeah.
So you can't hold your line off the corner.
Yeah.
So we're going to open rebound up a little bit, which is that little triangle down here.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is turn that counterclockwise. One, whole turn. Okay. Now that comes up. So all that is a tap, just like a kitchen.
Okay.
You want more flow, you open the tap.
Okay.
You want less, you shut it down. Now, we don't know the condition of the oil in this. Did you buy this bike brand new?
I did not know.
Right, so all bets are off on the shock.
Definitely.
So when you come in, we'll have the difference between cold and hot oil in the shock and see where we get and where we need.
Okay.
And the other part is because you did the forks, what we've got to ensure is the whole bike does this nice and even. And because you actually put fresh oil in it, it's nice and balanced with cold oil.
Okay.
So take it out, run your session, take your time.
All right.
For the track, especially as it's your first time, we advise that you stay somewhat in the middle of the track and then move over to your apex, right? So your eyes are up all the time and then everybody goes around the outside of you and you're left with peace and quiet instead of being too far over for the corner and then someone comes up the middle. You stand up while people are going around the outside. So it's giving yourself peace of mind. So relative center of the track and then take your apex and then go back to the center of the track for the next apex.
So let people have my outside on the straights.
Give them the outsides. The straights you're going to get past both ways. That's fine. But when you're getting towards the corner zone, just make sure you're basically in the middle of the track and everybody will come around you so you can focus and relax and just... There's a video on the website, there's a watch tab, and it's got Thunder Hill on it for riders like yourself.
Yeah.
Here's where you position, here's the apex. And the general rule of thumb for you here is middle of the curve.
Right.
Middle of the curve, middle of the curve. Now, in some really, really long corners, there's no curve.
Yeah, right.
So stay around the white line.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Then we'll see you after the session.
Okay.
And see what we need to do with pressure and shock settings, and we'll go from there.
All right, that sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we need to see how much travel you're using right now. So if we push it against the kickstand and extend it, so you're using 100 millimeters of travel at this point in time.
Okay.
In your book, it'll tell you how much you get.
Okay. I have that.
So if your book is 110 millimeters, right now you're 10 millimeters from bottoming the fork, so you have a nice cushion.
Okay.
So that'd be fine.
Okay.
The other part is if you got the book, then we can come in with a black felt pen and mark where bottom is, and then we can track how close you're getting to bottom.
Okay.
If your skill level's better than these forks,
Yeah.
then that's as fast as you can go into the corners and as much as you can brake, and you don't crash through not having that information. So you avoid the low side. Now that the shock's hot, if you watch carefully, it's bouncing. You see it?
Yeah.
So that turn of rebound we took out actually did that, which puts even more stress on the forks.
Okay.
So because this is clearly the original oil, the setting we have for rebound when it's hot is way wrong.
Okay.
So we're gonna put that one turn back in, and then we'll test it again. And it's still bouncing.
Yeah.
So we'll go a half a turn more. Now the bounce is gone. So as you decelerate, you won't get.
Okay.
And that's called a push condition.
Okay.
So it's trying to push the bike into the corner, which really weights the front end significantly.
Okay.
So if we can put that stability into the corner, especially as you come in and pick the throttle up, then the bike sits.
Right.
And now you go, oh, that's so much better.
All right.
So now that that's hot, oil's hot,
Yeah.
let's see what you come back with on the next session.
Okay.
But in the longer turns, like one, the big long two, and then around the back section where it's left, 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 the bike should feel a lot more stable, especially under deceleration.
Okay.
So pay attention there.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, more stability in the back.
Yeah, it felt really good actually.
So when you're braking, you didn't pop out of the seat?
No, yeah.
Okay, and when you got on the gas?
Yeah, it felt stable.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's the first lesson in that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the older oil gets, the more variance you got cold to hot, right?
So in terms of replacing the oil, do you recommend anything specific, like going?
Is that shock serviceable?
I don't know.
Is it in the manual? You had your book.
Yeah, I'll go check it. Okay.
Did you find out the distance?
No, I didn't. I'll come back and do that.
Fired.
Okay, yeah. Right. So
the first thing to always look at, right, is a serviceable item.
Yeah.
There's no dot. Well, if there's no dot, it's not serviceable.
Right.
So then you've got to find another one where somebody's taken it off because they want Olin's.
Right.
And there's a brand new shock in a box that they'll give to you for free because they want rid of it because it's not gold.
Right.
Throw that in.
Okay.
The other part of that is, okay, I can't find one. I've got to buy something to replace it that is serviceable.
Right.
So the question then becomes, how long are you going to keep the bike?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly.
So ponder that.
Yeah. Right.
The other piece of the puzzle is that setting is for behavior out on the track where we're fast and flowing and sustaining heat.
Yeah.
If you're out in the countryside, you're not doing 120 miles an hour. So the setting in the back won't be appropriate because you won't get the shock that hot.
Okay.
So we need a setting for the road and a setting for the track, which we'll discuss when you come back with the information from the book.
All right.
Is your shock serviceable? What is the total amount of travel in your front forks?
All right, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay?
The tires are okay, pressure-wise?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the tire, right? There's no disfigurement anywhere.
Yeah.
The flat black is where you're actually putting the power on. This is the rubber you're wearing off from here.
Right.
So as you're learning the track and you're learning the stability of the motorcycle, you're slowly creeping up with very smooth throttle.
Yeah.
Tires can't lie.
Yeah.
So you're doing an extremely good job with the throttle and building your knowledge and information on the track. So you're doing extremely well.
Okay, thank you.
Nice work.
Thank you. So it seems seems like the front travel is 140.
140 millimeters?
That's what I found.
So total length is 160. So that means if we got 140, 20 mil down is bottom, right? Let's do it there where I can see it. Now, basically, your travel's there, right? That's what's clean versus dirty. So, you have 20 millimeters of travel left, and we want 15 to 20.
Okay.
So right now, you've got plenty of safety for braking.
Okay.
If your braking skills were to improve, you'd be fine.
Okay.
If you get within 10 millimeters of that, and something happens, the buffer is significantly reduced by 50%.
Okay.
There's no guarantee that you won't run out of travel and then have an oh dear moment.
Right.
Whether that's physical and you keep rolling, or the bike goes off track because it bottomed out.
Right.
So right now, it's always good to have empirical knowledge of saying, well, I'm fine.
Okay.
So at that point, we're good.
All right.
Was the shock serviceable?
It's not. No.
Right.
I mean, because I don't see anything about changing the oil in the manual,
Right.
so probably not.
Right. The other part that tells you that is when you look at the shock.
Yeah.
See this one? It's got that on top of it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That reservoir,
Okay.
right, can either be part of the shock or it can come out on a line and be back here somewhere.
Okay.
If it's got one of those, it's serviceable.
Okay.
Or an aftermarket shock that comes from one of those companies.
Yeah.
Makes a shock like yours that is serviceable. So,
Okay.
as you have a stock one and we know it's not serviceable,
Right.
we need a replacement.
Right.
Now with a different stability, set correctly now, are you nice and relaxed on the bike?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it felt really good. I dragged the foot peg through one of
All right, so now,
it's feeling good.
if you're dragging foot pegs, that's your warning
Yeah.
that in terms of body and lean,
Gotta get a little more.
you have to start having the bike here, but your body offset diagonally slightly.
Yeah.
Which means bending in the middle so your elbow collapses to look through the corner. If you sit and do this, right, your helmet's stuck and you can't see where you want to look.
Right.
If you do this, then you can look all the way over your shoulder. So go look at your photographs at lunchtime and see if your inside arm is strong.
Right. Probably is.
And if that's the case, the bike's leaning a ton and you're just a stick on the pendulum.
Right.
You never want to learn bum first, because now your back's to the corner and you have to hold yourself up.
Okay.
So that's all wrong. So the first thing to learn is head into the corner, bend here so you can be nosy. What's over there?
Okay.
That drops your shoulder so you have a full field of vision. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
So you're done for lunch.
Yeah.
Put the bike away, go check your pictures and see if this is strong or if this is weak.
Okay.
Then you can move forward. At that point, the canopy at the far end, the yellow tents, those are the instructors. Go ask one of them, could you please help me?
Yeah.
I'm learning the track. Give me an assessment of where I'm at with my body position, because I'm touching pegs on the floor.
Right.
They'll go, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
And then they'll tell you what you're at, but look at your pictures first.
Right.
So if they tell you that and it matches, you go, yeah, okay, I get that.
All right.
But the pegs are the warning.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so you're carrying too much lean,
Right.
and now you need to reduce the lean by coming off the bike.
Okay.
Good job.
Got it.
Excellent progression this morning.
Dave Moss can tune your suspension no matter where you are on the planet via his remote tuning service. Contact Dave on Facebook or by email, dave@davemosstuning.com.